Urban Meyer reacts to Michigan punishments. NCAA as an enforcement arm no longer exists. After the NCAA handed down punishments against Michigan stemming from its sign-stealing scandal, Urban Meyer shared his reaction. He defended the decision to avoid punishing athletes, but argued the NCAA's role as an enforcement arm no longer exists. Meyer's full reaction will come Wednesday when his next Triple Option podcast releases. The show shared a quote ahead of time, though, in the aftermath of the punishments against Michigan. Meyer recalled the fact he had players at Ohio State who weren't allowed to play in a bowl or championship game for their final year following the investigation into the Buckeyes. That's why he praised the decision to avoid punishing Michigan players, though said the decision also shows where the NCAA's enforcement role is going. In December of 2011, I had to stand in front of a group of seniors and tell them they were not allowed to play in a bowl or championship game in their final year of college football, for something they had nothing to do with, Meyer said. One of the most difficult things I have ever done. That same group went 12-0 and were unable to play for the national championship of college football. The recent NCAA ruling to not punish players that weren't involved is correct. However, this ruling also proves that the NCAA as an enforcement arm no longer exists. Michigan to appeal NCAA ruling. Michigan received 4 years of probation as a result of the investigation, which centered on former analyst Connor Stalions, who received an 8-year show-cause order. Head coach Sharoni Moore received an additional game of suspension in 2026 in addition to a 2-year show-cause. UM will also pay a fine of $50,000 plus 10% of the football program's budget. The school will also pay a fine equal to the anticipated loss of postseason competition revenue sharing from 2025 and 2026, and the equivalent to 10% of scholarships awarded for 2025-26. Former head coach Jim Harbaugh also received a 10-year show cause, while former assistant Denard Robinson got a 3-year show cause. In addition, the Wolverines will see a 25% reduction in football official visits for 2025-26 and have a 14-week prohibition on football recruiting communications. After the NCAA announced the punishments against Michigan, school officials responded. The university plans to appeal the ruling, it said in a statement.